Hi, this is Isabel Litzler, the place to be to develop your skills and grow your potential. So today I wanted to share with you a new job trend, and I know I started this a while back about job trends. So today's is about the ICT, which stands for Information Communication Tech Specialist. So this is definitely a growing field, and Switzerland will need almost 118,000 by 2028. So I thought this could be something to look at, especially if you're young and you're not sure what major that you want to do, and you're wondering where you should go in terms of career. This is definitely something to look at. So one thing I notice as really a trend is that the jobs are definitely going more tech than anything else. So, and I see that more people want the creative side, and I do understand that. It's usually something that's more fun, more interesting. So, what I tell people is to find the compromise between maybe doing the tech thing that's maybe a bit more dry as the income earning, and to be able to find a job more easily, because if you have a job that's in high demand, you won't have to chase as much and people will come to you more because you have those skills. So go into a high paying, high demand type of field for sustaining yourself. And then you go into the creative thing more for your passion and something you can build on and look at in the future, maybe see what you can do with it. Maybe you can add the creative side to your tech side, and then you have something wonderful. Maybe the creative side is something you can do completely separate, and we'll have more and more people having multiple activities in the next upcoming years. Maybe people will be salaried and at the same time have a business. The multiple career and also the slashing, what I call, people do different things at the same time, is going to be very common. It's starting already, because people realize that things change. You need to be very flexible in terms of finding something new to do. So really my advice is go for something that's high demand, high paying, so you don't have to worry about finding a job. People come to you and hire you. And really this is also coming from someone who's been there and done that, because I didn't pick a high paying field when I was younger because I didn't know better. You have to remember, back when I started, there was very little information available compared to now. So I was really left to my own decision making, which was what it was at that age. So I would really, really recommend that you pick a high paying field, a high demand job, and then do your passions, on the side. Maybe you can pick that up later and see if you can do something with it. So that would really be my recommendation, especially if you're younger and you're confused with your career right now. If you can pick up something that's very creative, very fun, and that you love doing and make money out of it, that's fantastic. All my good luck to you. But again, very few people manage to do this. You just have to be aware of that. So that's the first little introduction I wanted to give, because I do realize coaching clients that finding that sweet spot between the passion and the high paying job is not always helpful. It's not always available either. So the more your checklist, the longer your checklist is, the harder it will be to find that perfect job for you where you can really apply your passion. So especially if you are in a small market and there's limited opportunities, there's some compromise that will need to happen there. So now talking about the ICT. So what is that? So the Information and Communication Tech Specialist, it's basically someone who's there to design, maintain, and service systems that are used to save, retrieve, and send data. So as we know, we are in the data world right now. The companies that are the most successful are companies that own the data, that can basically attract other companies because they have that data. So we are in the data world. So if you work with data somehow, you are a high demand type of employee. If you can analyze the data, do something with it, exactly what I just mentioned with this job, you're going to be a high demand type of employee. So think about that for a moment. What could you do around data? Is that something that you could enjoy? I will share with you a lot of links in this video. So you will have links to trainings in Switzerland for data. You will have salaries, because I think that's important to know a little bit what you can expect. And also I will share with you job boards so that you can check, what kind of jobs are in Switzerland and where. So really my first tip in this video is think in terms of high demand, and job trends. Use that as your solid, for sure. Again, this is projection, and I will share the article with you. 2028, there's going to be also a big demand for cybersecurity jobs. So go into something that's going to be in demand, and if you have other skills you want to develop, do that on the side. That would be my recommendation. That's tip number one. Number two is study the links that I'm going to share with you, to understand where you need to be trained, how, look at the links with salaries, all these things, so that you can really be aware of what's going on. And number three, really make a decision for yourself today of what you want to do. Make the decision that you want to go for high demand type of fields and not really waste your time around jobs maybe where there's not really going to be a future. And unfortunately, I see a lot of people trying for so long to get into a field where there's no demand, and you waste a lot of time. So related to the video I did last week about interviewing skills, and really preparing yourself, and not wait until you've already interviewed and failed and now want to fix it, as opposed to fixing things. Start trying to do things in the right order. So doing things in the right order is really checking the market first to make sure that there's a demand for something, and then you can adapt your profile to the more in-demand type of fields. So I hope this was helpful. If you have questions, you can post them below. Give me your feedback also about the articles that I shared. Do you find that useful? Do you like those kinds of videos about the jobs that are in high demand? And I'll talk to you soon.